Hi, welcome everyone, and this is Questions and Answers by Archangel Raphael. I'm Jabeen, and I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael, and people have messaged me with questions, general universal questions to ask Raphael. So I'm going to let Raphael come in and speak through me. As he speaks, he'll also be overshadowing the people listening as well. So as he answers the question, he'll be giving an energy transmission as well, of that information. So as you listen, just feel into yourselves, and you'll get more. You'll get more out of it. You'll understand things on a deeper level of what he's trying to convey through what he says through me. Yeah, I'll just make a start. So I've got a list of questions. So the first one is, can your higher self, spirit, influence your mind with feelings, thoughts different from his usual thought patterns so that he can reach a desired outcome or choice? Yeah, I'll let him come through and speak. I would like you to know that what I see is that it is all about the spirit ultimately. It is ultimately the spirit that governs what happens on earth. And what I mean by this is that regardless of what you are choosing to do on an earthly level, ultimately the spirit wants to be in charge, because the spirit is ultimately what life is all about, what you are, and what life is. What I will say is that what happens is that the spirit is consistently affecting what you do. The spirit is consistently affecting what you think and feel. And then, when you are in a certain situation, it gives you messages through feelings, your thoughts. But occasionally, what happens as well is that you are influenced by higher beings who step in order to give you even more information. So the spirit that you are, is affected by higher beings and by the greater light of awareness. So I would like you to know that your own spirit has its own desires, its own desired outcomes, but then it is also affected by something greater than itself. So what I will say is that occasionally what you will be feeling is a greater spirit around you that is influencing you, making you feel a certain way. It is good for you to know that it is always like this, that we ourselves, we the archangels, are affected by higher beings as well, who come with greater information. They come to inspire us, and then we are able to inspire you, share greater information. So it is good for you to know that this is how it works. And what I will say is that in a broader sense, it is all about simply receiving information. So it is like this, that if you meet someone and then you are in one way or another given a message that that person is not to be trusted, then it is something that will affect how you feel towards that person. So what really happens is that you are given greater information by higher beings, and this affects how you feel on the earth plane. It is also good for you to know that when you are being affected by your own higher self, what you will feel is that you are being aligned to the light, to what is real. It will feel like a very positive experience. But when you are being influenced by something that is not quite right, you will not feel so good about it. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel like something is being imposed upon you. So what I would like you to know is that ultimately the higher self is who you are. And so you will never feel uncomfortable about being influenced by yourself. That is all. Hmm. Okay, so the next question is, and I'll just read the questions out as they're presented to me so you know what Raphael's answering. So, I have read about a phenomenon of something called a soul walking that happens to some people. Can you talk a little more about what this actually is? I would like you to know that what I see is that a walking soul comes in when the original soul is feeling tormented, frustrated, unable to carry on for some reason or another. When this happens, it is very good for the original soul to leave. It has been decided by higher beings, and the soul who comes in has a purpose, has an important function to perform. That is all. It happens occasionally. It is not commonplace for this to occur. Can entities talk through people when they're half asleep? Um, I would like you to know that what I see is that this does occasionally happen. However, it is not a common occurrence, but it does happen, and when it does, it is sometimes because that person has been partially possessed. It is okay for it to happen occasionally when it is a higher being or an angel who wishes to speak. However, in most cases, it is possession of some order, and it is best to see what can be done about it, because entities should not be allowed to come through someone and speak, because they are in that way imposing themselves on the person when they are asleep, especially. This should not be happening. That is all. Um, Next one, probably be of interest to everybody. Where and why has the coronavirus come into being, and what will happen to the planet because of it? I would like you to know that this is a very controversial question to ask us, because we have many answers, and when we speak, it is like this, that it will somehow have a ripple effect on people. It will make it known what is going on, and it will escalate a feeling inside people that something is happening on the planet which is not quite right. But I will answer the question because you have asked me, and what I will say is that the coronavirus came into being because it was created by people who would like to see the earth plane in one way or another reduced of people on it. It came into being deliberately, and then it was in one way or another let out of the place it was created in onto people, and then it is spreading very fast. What I would like you to know is that it is not as deadly as it is made out to be. However, it is not good either. It does have a real impact on people, and unless your immune system is very good, it does really threaten some people with their lives. What I will say is that the answer to it is to firstly not be afraid, secondly to restore your immunity by working on what already is going on in your system. Make yourself strong as you can be, and then to simply take precautions. Look after yourselves well. Make sure that you do wash regularly, and make sure that you cover up your face, mouth in places where the virus is there, where there are a lot of cases of the virus being found. That is all. But do not be afraid of it, because for the most part it is not a threat to your life. However, for some people, a few, it will be, and for those people I will say take appropriate precautions and also do what you can to support your immune system, to lift it up. And if you cannot do that for one reason or another, then take precautions. That is all. Okay, next one. If you feel a huge reluctance for something to do, how does one know if this is because you feel the reluctance because it isn't for your highest good, or because your inner demons want to prevent you from being happy and tell you that it's not good for you, although it would be? I would like you to know that the answer for this is quite simple. The way you know is dependent on how you feel about the thing when you are in a state of peace and wellness. So, what I will say is that there are two states a being has, and one is of agitation, and that agitation can occur for a number of reasons. And then there is the resting state. See how you feel in your resting state about that thing. And if you feel that it is not right for you for one reason or another, if in your resting state you feel a reluctance to do it, then it is a clear sign that it is not right for you. Sometimes you may wonder if, when you are in your resting state, and then an agitation arises when you think of doing something, whether that is resistance. And what I will say is that normally it is because you are not quite up to doing it. It is mainly because you may feel that you do not quite have it in you, or that you are in one way or another doing something that is not 100% aligned. And then you are able to experiment, change something. So if you are meeting a friend in a particular place, see how you feel about meeting the same friend but in a different location. See how that affects your resting state. You then start to see what it is all about, the agitation. It may be connected to the place you were going to meet that person, or it may be connected to the person themselves. So you can explore in this way. That is all. Okay, does debt have an energetic cause behind it? It is good for you to ask us these questions because they are very good ones. I will say that debt does always have some energetic cause behind it. It is normally connected to feeling out of the flow of life, feeling that there is something in the way of your abundance. It may be an emotional issue or an unresolved trauma, but something in your energy is not quite flowing as it should be. What I will say is that debt is not something to be ashamed of. It is something a lot of people encounter in some shape or form during their lives. It is simply a mirror of your state, of something in you that has perhaps been a bit stuck or struggling. However, once this is corrected, it is usual to come out of debt, and this is a sign that your energy is flowing well again. That is all. Um, okay. Are coincidences, such as repeated references to a place or person, always synchronicities that are showing us the way forwards, or are they sometimes energies we are attracting from what we're purging or thinking about? Um, yeah. I would like you to know that the answer to this is quite simple. It is a mixture of the two. What I would like you to know is the more in the spirit you are, the more you are releasing negativity, old energies into the light, you will automatically find that the synchronicities that happen are aligning to your spirit. They are showing you the way forwards. However, when you are purging a lot and you are not quite on top of the energies which are being purged, then what you see around you will be more of a reflection of what is going on in you rather than the way forwards. So, what I will say is that as you are more and more in the light of oneness, in the spirit, and shifting energy within you, the more you will notice that answers keep coming to you from the outside, that the synchronicities in your life really are showing you the way forwards. I also would like you to know that when you are not sure what is what, simply see how you feel, because when something is very synchronistic and it will take you forwards, you will feel a surge of energy arise within you. But when it is simply showing you what is going on within you, old energies that are leaving you, then you will simply notice them and you will not feel the same energetic surge from within. That is all. Okay, yeah, come to the end of the questions. So thank you everyone for for your questions, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for listening, and I'll be doing these regularly. So anyone who's listening, if you want to send Raphael in your questions, you can contact me via the website or message me. Thank you.